I have been called upon. I have been beckoned to show the world. Subterrors, baby. That's it. All right, I'm Thor CB. I just got 47th at the February Remote Duel Invitational. Top cut, baby. Catch me at the actual qualifier.
All right, sweet. So what you got going on in this deck?
Well. First off, best field center. Congratulations.
Ah, the glare.
We got
So bad.
3 Subterror Guru, of course. Face up, face down, baby. All day long. Subterror Fiendus. Why would you play any less than 3? Don't you just want to negate things? 3 NUMERON Wall. Its second effect came up. Round 1, Game 3 against Altergeist NUMERON. It was just about to go to time. They could have gone for game. They had Megaclops and Axis Code Talker out. I was up on life points. NUMERON Wall saved me, baby. Best time I could ever see it. 3 Ash Blossom. Best hand trap, most consistent hand trap, and saves you from Gamma. That's the important part. Then, your bricks, your Dark Magician and Red Eyes, and Nemesis Archer. No behemoths. No Subterror behemoths. You don't need them. You don't need them when you got NUMERON stuff and Dragoon stuff. You just don't need it. Spells. 3 Hidden City. Maybe you didn't see Guru? Now you're seeing Guru. 2 NUMERON Network. Why 2? Well, because it doesn't do anything else other than summon monsters, and that's if you can even fulfill the requirement to be able to summon the monsters. So if you're drawing that turn 3 or something, chances are it's not going to do anything, so I think 2's alright. 2 NUMERON Calling. If I play this deck again, I might cut it down to 1, because I don't think there was ever a time in any of the games where I was put in a situation where I would have to use Calling again.
Hold up. You get network off of Wall too, right?
Yes. So you're basically playing 5 network just off of the NUMERON stuff.
Yeah, so it makes sense you don't really need the 3rd copy.
Yeah. Then 2 Red Eyes Fusion. People might be like, what the fuck? Why aren't you playing 3? Too bricky. I didn't even do testing. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do testing when I added the second one. But 3 just doesn't seem right for the same reasons as playing 3 NUMERON Network. You play it once. If you see it later on, it's not doing anything. 2 Memories of Hope only came up once. And who did it come up against? Jesse Cotton, baby. Drew 3.
Hey, and it resolved. Let's go.
Dude scooped.
Nice.
2 Cyclone also came up against Jesse Cotton. Blind Cycloned into the Schism. And that
Yes,
helped.
sir.
That helped. Yes, sir. 1 Called By. Obviously, I'd play 3 if there were 3. Cave Clash never came up. I ended up siding it out a lot because my game states just didn't need the recursion because I was already close to ending games. Set Rotation, definitely helpful. Because hey, you want to see one of the 2 field spells at the very least, and if you can activate it after NUMERON Network to put Hidden City out, you're in smooth sailing, basically. And Ulti Terraforming, baby. The best of the best. For traps, got 3 Solemn Strike. For Gamma protection and hand trap protection, for if I put out Zexal. 2 Final Battle. I think 2 will always be the appropriate ratio. You could do 1 if you really wanted, but it's also nice because I play 2 Trap Trick, and so it didn't come up, but sometimes it's nice to get the Final Battle off of Trap Trick. 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. Came up a few times. I found it actually more helpful going into my second turn to steal a monster from my opponent's graveyard and link off into Verte.
That's nice.
And then final 2-dimensional barrier. I still think this card's kind of slept upon. Like, it does come up a lot. It'll shut certain decks entirely out. It pretty much caused all of my Zodiac matchups to scoop if I activated it. Then for the extra deck, got 2 Gate 1, 2 Gate 2, 2 Gate 3, and 1 Gate 4, because you're pretty much never summoning all 4 unless you're going for an OTK, and like, yeah, you really just don't need a set of all of them, I think. Then 1 Dragoon. I'm not playing Extravagance or anything, so I didn't need to play multiples. I don't want this to get banned, but honestly it kind of should be. Like, all of the decks that I've played in the Extravaganzas have been decks with Dragoon splashed in, and literally you can brick on your actual engine, slap down a Dragoon, and then just protect it with your traps, and that is literally good enough to win you like a vast majority of your games. 1 Chaos Gate didn't come up at all. I'd probably cut it. Zeus, because 1, I can make it if I really want to, and 2, for something in the side deck. Same goes for VFD, if you know what I'm talking about. 1 Zexal, no need to play more than 1. Maybe play 2 if you really want to play it safe, but whatever. Last Warrior for Waking the Dragon. Megaclops. I almost made it once, but I decided that Zexal was better. It's better to have the negates in this format than to just put up with towers and be like, oh, try to get past this.
Lots of things that can help that.
Yeah, especially in a format where like VFD and Zeus are all over the place. Like, it's not really gonna do
Plus
too
a lot
much.
of trap decks too,
Yeah.
so just kind of.
And yeah, 1 Verte. If you're really going on the aggression standpoint of things, definitely comes up. Token for side deck. Ally of Justice Cycle Reader. Didn't come up against any Drytron, so didn't really use it. I cited it against Jesse Cotton, assuming that he was still playing Drytron. That wasn't the case. He was playing Dogmatica Shadal stuff. Pretty interesting. 2 Droll. Surprisingly didn't come up. Like, things were just better. I don't know why. 2 Waking the Dragon. Did come up in some key circumstances where I could cheat out Dragoon. I never cheated out Last Warrior because it was always in a circumstance where my opponent could easily summon something or already had something summoned that had a higher attack stat. And in 1 game, I got to use both of them, but somehow I lost. C'est la vie. 3 Evenly Matched. Never came up because I was losing my die roll a lot. Honestly, if I won the die roll, I feel like my record would have been at least 1 win better, but, you know, whatever. And 3 Lancia. Key card, comes up against a lot of decks these days. I like it. And as the spice, got Ghost Reaper, which, sadly, I didn't play that much Virtual World, so I never got to banish somebody's VFD, but I did get to banish a guy's Zeus from their extra deck, which was pretty damn nice. I felt nice doing that. They applauded me for being a little hot with that, you know.
All right, so any finishing thoughts on the deck profile, or do you want to just go straight into the shoutouts?
Well, I guess I can go over matchups too.
Sure, yeah,
So,
go for it.
yeah, before shoutouts or anything, round 1 was against Numeron Altergeist, which I won 2-1. I mentioned that earlier. I felt really dirty winning in time just by slapping Numeron wall down. Round 2, won 2-1 against Dinos. I was playing really funky at the beginning of the tournament and almost through the game, but we pulled through. Round 3, lost to Madolche Eldritch. Eldritch just isn't a good matchup for Zexal because they just sit their traps and say, okay.
Makes sense.
Then round 4, won against Pure Zodiac. slap down a dimensional barrier, they give up. Slap down a Dragoon with any form of negation to stop them from getting from Zeus. Just can't do anything. Round after that, we're not talking about that round. I won. That's all. After that, round 5, won against Jesse Cotton, baby. I am 1-0 against Jesse Cotton.
Let's go.
By proxy, I am better than Jesse Cotton. But no, that was like the Yu-Gi-Oh gods were on my side. Both games that I got to go first, I was able to set up a full NUMERON network into Hidden City, and there was just nothing for him to do after that. Especially with Memories of Hope in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, he drew his card for turn and was just like, yeah, I'll go to game 2. After that, lost to Zodiac Eldritch. That guy was great to play against and probably was my favorite matchup of the day. Had a great time, and I'll be giving him a shout out later. And then final round, lost to Virtual World in 3 games. VFD, fuck you. I 99% believe it'll get banned, and I fucking hope so. And all right, we got shout outs.
All right, shout outs, let's go.
We got shout outs. Shout out to my brother Nico behind the camera, helping this whole thing come together.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Kyle. He was the Zodiac Eldritch guy, by far the most friendly guy to come up against, and hopefully I'll see him in the qualifier. Shout out to Marshall. I feel really bad because they were the person I played in round 1, and I was just playing hella sloppy. Like, they had protocol up, and I was trying to negate things, and that's not how that works. That was just bad. Shout out to Caesar, king of games with Subterror. Chatted with him a little bit after I matched with Kyle. Really gave me hope in having people believe that Subterror is the real deal, because it is, baby. Shout out to Jesse Cotton, because that was not a matchup I expected whatsoever, and it was just a chill match altogether. Shout out Spaghetti for the extra energy going into the final rounds. Shout out PayPal Credit. Sometimes it comes through when I'm trying to buy these cards. Shout out to Twitter to some extent. Shout out to Corey's house. Shout out to Dreamers Vault Minneapolis. Maybe give me some hours there again. I think I can make it. I don't know, but that's where I started. That's where I started. First locals, all that jazz. Shout out Discogs. Shout out YGO Black Market and Dank Deals. A lot of good selling and purchasing through there. Shout out to the Subterror Facebook group. Y'all have some cool people. Shout out to all the people who didn't shun me for being a Yu-Gi-Oh duelist, and maybe the ones who did as well. The hate only drives me to be better. And finally, shout out to my man Kazuki Takahashi. Subterror, NUMERON, Guru. Don't sleep on it. That's it, baby.
Alrighty, let's go.
Let's go.